Welcome back to another episode of Coffee House. I'm your host today, Bernice, and I have a couple special guests with me in the name of Inez, Zelia, and Erica, because of course, as an audience, sometimes we are curious about what the young minds of today are thinking. So we welcome some university and high schoolers on our podcast today.
Where's the university?
No university?
High school.
So we have invited some high school students towards our episode today. And would you like to say hi to the audience?
Hi.
Hi. Great to hear your voices. And you know, being a high schooler, it must be challenging, especially like growing up in these days where like everyone has cell phones, there's social media everywhere. What is like some of the hardest part you think is being a Catholic teenager today?
Yeah, definitely. There's definitely a lot of different hardships that we experience. Even going to a Catholic school, we know that not everybody going to our school is necessarily Catholic. So at times people within the friend group come from different backgrounds and religions in itself. So sometimes you might feel like sort of left alone in your faith at times, but it's also important to involve yourself in different youth ministries. Like at SOTW, we have Thrive as a youth ministry, which we're all in, and then we also have our altar service program, which me and my sister are part of the group leaders and sort of that group that sort of organizes events with it. And then outside of that, we also go to other youth ministries at different churches. But I guess mainly circling back to the question at hand, it's really easy to feel alone in our faith. We do have chaplaincy at our school, but it's not necessarily the most involved. I think looking back on our experience at elementary school, it's mandatory that you take like religion classes. We go to mass ever so often, but especially now with the introduction of social media, peer pressure, a lot of the things that we see online sort of pull us further away from our faith. So it's really easy to be influenced by those sort of perceptions outside of our faith, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys have anything?
And with that, would you say that going to these youth groups help ground you in the faith?
Yeah, definitely. Like a lot of the people that we meet are a lot more like-minded, coming from similar backgrounds where our parents immigrated, they joined the like Chinese youth ministry and church ministry in itself, so we've been raised to sort of be around these people. We go to different events, Lift Jesus Higher, for example, and then last year I also had the opportunity to go to Steubenville, which
both Lift Jesus Higher and the Steubenville is just a big Catholic conference, right?
Right, exactly. So I guess that sort of opens up your horizons to meet a lot more youth, and you're sort of made aware that like, hey, you're not alone on your journey with Christ. Being able to experience Christ with a lot of people that are going through the same journey really helps to solidify that, hey, you're not alone on your journey. There's other people that can relate to you. You can talk to other people in this journey. And it makes the whole faith-life balance a little easier in the sense that all of these people that you've grown up with are essentially your brothers and sisters in Christ, and it's a lot easier to have fun with them. Like, all of the events are a lot more relatable, and it doesn't really feel like you're just a hassle to go into or like a chore, really. It's just another opportunity for you to hang out with your friends and grow your relationship with Christ.
And some of these friends are the ones here with us today. And I know you were mentioning like the struggle was like connecting with others and feeling alone because, again, like not everyone around you is Catholic. But you also mentioned about like using social media. Do any of you guys relate to that being a struggle?
Yeah, I feel like when I first started on social media, my faith was pretty good, but I started getting influenced by a lot of the secular culture online, which kind of brought me off of the path of on my faith. Except once I started to actually bond with more people around the school about my faith, then I started getting back into it.
Yeah, so I kind of agree with like what Inez said about like our school and like the like Catholic community in our school. I feel like since it's like our only high school in the area, there's a lot more kids that aren't Catholic, so it is like you could feel alone sometimes, but when we actually go to mass, there's a lot of people that are actually Catholic there, and you're not actually that alone. That's all I got.
And what are some of the things that you've done other than like go to mass or something? Like, how have you been reaching out to these other youths that are Catholic? Or any tips on the social interaction?
Just to start the conversation off a little bit, we do have the youth ministry at our parish called Thrive. So every other Friday we meet up with a lot of youth in our community. Like Erica and Zelia, we're all in it with our youth minister James. We do have a number of socials that we participate in throughout the year. Particularly, I think we really enjoy our volleyball socials, where not only does it help us develop our relationship with one another, but it's just a fun opportunity to enjoy our time with one another and strengthen our bonds. We also participate in our snack bar, which we all really enjoy participating in. Do you guys have any other things that you
And for context for those at home, snack bar is their weekly, basically, coffee hour after Mass, and that they're involved in and volunteer for.
Yeah, so we also have, we did bake sales. It was fun. We would be either in the lobby or in the basement, and the parishioners would just, after Mass, they would come down and, buy our baked goods.
It was honestly a really fun experience to have, as we got to bond with each other and also spend some time volunteering for the community.
And other than those ones that I already mentioned, is there any other volunteer experiences that you guys have gone together?
Yeah, so some of us, we also volunteer to help out with Sunday school or RCIC.
I think that gives us the opportunity to really spend time with the younger generations within our church. Even though it's important to foster the community in itself with one another, I think it's also really important to be sort of a role model and a guidance for the younger generations. We also have our altar service groups, which we're all leaders right now for a lot of the younger altar servers. And I think it's really rewarding getting to see them follow in our footsteps and serve the Lord at the altar. And yeah, as sort of bonding throughout the year, we do have bonding events like potlucks. We have our annual laser tag event, which is always really fun, just to compete with one another and work together as a team. And yeah, I think just sort of seeing the joy on the young altar servers' faces as they get to go on their journey with God is always really rewarding. And I really enjoy spending the time with them to help them out.
Yeah. So from what it sounds like, is one of the struggles that you guys had as youths is to feel connected with others, and kind of feeling lonely in the faith because there wasn't that many. But for all of these experiences of joining youth groups, volunteering at different Catholic events, going to Catholic conferences, and volunteering at your own parish, you're able to foster friendships in your parish with like-minded youths that are all Catholic, so that you're sharing values and that you're able to do something together for God, right? Yeah. And do you feel like it actually helped grow your faith a little bit, having friends to walk along the way?
Yeah, definitely. As I said before, sometimes it's really easy for you to feel alone, but having that sense of relatability really helps you to sort of break out of that shell, and it gives you a sense of confidence in your journey with Christ and makes the whole process a lot easier. And yeah, I think it really helps you to get into those highs and get through the highs and lows of your faith with God. No relationship is really linear, so being with these people that you can trust, relate to, it makes the whole process a lot easier, and I think it's something that we can all relate to.
And with that, our time does come to a close. Is there any last message you might want to tell any audience at home, especially other youths that might feel a little bit lonely in their faith currently?
I think the biggest piece of advice for somebody our age that wants to grow closer to God is to actually surround yourself with people around your age, because they might be struggling with the same things as you, or they might have gone through something that might have been similar, and you could honestly offer each other advice that could help each other to continue on your path of faith. And also going to like rallies and events, they could definitely help because they bring you a lot closer to God. Like we went to the Lift Jesus Higher rally in Steubenville. I'm pretty sure we said it earlier, but people talk about their experiences there and give you a sense of relatability and again confidence in your journey towards God.
Right, and if you're ever wondering like where to find these sort of informations, because sometimes I know that it seems a little overwhelming and you don't really know where to start, but although social media can be a little bit of a hassle sometimes, you could also always use it to your advantage. I know a lot of parishes nowadays do have Instagram pages with their information for different events that they're holding. Steubenville also has social media pages as well, so feel free to do a little research on your own time if you're truly interested in finding people to grow your relationship with Christ with. And yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Inez, Zelia, and Erica, for coming on our podcast today. And thank you for you at home listening to our episode today. And we hope you'll come and listen to us again. Again, this was Coffee House with Bernice, and we hope you have a blessed day.